Performance gets you in the door, but it's positioning that gets you to rise through the ranks. And knowing this difference is key. You're great at what you do, you're exceptional, you're smart, you're intelligent, you have the receipts. But none of this serve you if you stay invisible to the right people. You need to realize when the game has changed from checkers to chess. And you need to brush up on the skills so that you can play to win. Welcome to Launch with Leaders, the podcast where we explore what it truly takes to lead, thrive, and create lasting impact. I'm Adaeze Iloeje-Udeogalanya, a TEDx speaker, a leadership strategist, and the founder of African Women in STEM. While many episodes feature conversations with innovators, trailblazers, and leaders from around the world, today's episode is a solo reflection, a space for us to slow down and explore a leadership, visibility, or career insight together. These episodes are designed to help you learn, unlearn, and walk away with grounded perspective and practical takeaways you can apply in real life. So if you're ready to lead with intention, if you're ready to amplify your voice, and if you're ready to grow with clarity over time, you are in the right place. Let's get into today's episode. Do you like Mondays? Do you shout TGIM on Monday mornings? Or do you have that sinking feeling at the pit of your stomach whenever Sunday evening rolls around? Somewhere between when you've got your first job and now, you've managed to go from giddy and excited to stuck and exhausted. An interesting thing is that you've diligently followed the advice you were given when you started working to the letter. You've worked hard because you're told to work hard. You're told that hard work pays. And you were told that the way to the top is to work your way there. And you've done that. Nobody can say you didn't do that or you didn't show up or you didn't give it your all. But the reality is that for women in STEM, we have to work 10 times harder to get half the things that our male counterparts get. Now multiply working 10 times harder or more over 10, 15, 20 plus years, and you can see exactly how quickly you work yourself to the bone. And if that hard work had yielded the results you wanted, maybe it'll be easier to deal with. But when you get less than you deserve, when you get paid less, when you get passed over for promotion year after year, it starts to feel like the game is rigged. Welcome back to Launch with Leaders. I'm your host, Adaeze Iloeje-Udeogalanya, and this is where you stop blaming yourself for a game that was never structured for you to win and start talking about how you can change things to work in your favor. So what's actually going on? You know you're great at what you do. You have the receipts to prove it. It's not that you're not working hard enough. We've already established that you are. If anything, you're working way too hard. And you may not have had time to stop and consider that might actually be the issue. Because to move forward, to get the promotion you want, to get the raise and the recognition that you want, at this stage, when things aren't working out the way you planned, or you want it, or you want them to, you will have to do things a little differently. Performance gets you in the door, but it's positioning that gets you to rise through the ranks. And knowing this difference is key. Now, a client of mine, this was before we met and started working together, had decided she was ready for a VP role. So at this point, she's been leading an engineering team for some time and felt it was time for more. And justifiably so. Because somehow you know when it's time for more, you know when you're ready for your next level. So she mentions it to her manager in her one-on-one, and her manager tells her that he'll be sorry to lose her, but that he's going to do everything he can to support her. And that made her happy. So she sits down and she maps out a plan for how she was going to get promoted. And her plan included taking on more responsibilities and projects at work, and also getting more help at home so that she can have time to do more work. In her plan, she included outsourcing her life completely so she can give her all and more, way more than 100% to the job at hand. Because she believed that was the way that she was going to be able to prove that she was ready for more and ready for the next level. So she sets up this her foolproof plan and follows it to the letter. So during the year, a position opens up and she applies for it and gets interviews for it. And she presents her dossier of work, showcasing her skills, her achievements, all the work she's done, all the projects she's taken on, and all the evidence to support her application and support the fact that she is ready for this role and she's the right person for it. She was very thorough and she was certain she'll be chosen. So you can imagine her disappointment when the role went to someone else. She said she was devastated. She'd done everything right, gone above and beyond, followed her plan to the letter. But she missed a critical thing. She was so busy executing that she had no time for this one thing. She was so deep in the work that she was doing that she was not present in the conversations that mattered. Her work was great, but she was not well positioned. And that's a key difference. Work hard, deliver more, prove yourself, and the rest will follow. We know that these do not work as well as we think they should. And if you get this feedback or you get this advice, it's either the person doesn't know any better or they're trying to distract you from what will really move the needle for you. What can get you promoted and what can get you the raise you've been wanting for so long. You need to realize when the game has changed from checkers to chess. And you need to brush up on the skills so that you can play to win. So here's what I want you to do this week. Look at your calendar over the next 2 weeks. Do you have any coffee chats scheduled? Do you have any catch-up calls scheduled? Do you have any networking meetings? Are you going anywhere where you can meet and talk with people who have the ability to impact your career? If you do, I want to congratulate you. You're doing great. Now, if you haven't, this is a great opportunity for you to change that. You're great at what you do. You're exceptional. You're smart. You're intelligent. You have the receipts. But none of this serve you if you stay invisible to the right people. So I want you to think about the people that are going to move the needle for you. Reach out, schedule this coffee chat, catch-up calls, networking meetings. Hey, let's talk. And follow through. Start with one and then add another. But start positioning yourself to be visible to the very people that will and can influence your career. Performing harder is not the path to success. Performing harder is not the path to not working yourself to the bone. Showing up differently is. The relationships you build with the right people is what's going to move the needle for you. I work with women in my coaching practice and in my community, African Women in STEM. And the most capable women I know are also the most exhausted. And that's because they've been pouring extraordinary energy into a strategy that does not work. And now that we know what works, now that you know what works, rewrite the script. If you want to understand where you are today and get a clear direction on what to do next, I want to invite you to take the Leadership Edge Diagnostic. So it's a free assessment that shows you exactly where your authority is strong and the gaps that may be costing you and may be holding you back from reaching your next level. And it also gives you steps on what to do. So this is especially built for senior women in STEM who are ready to stop guessing and start moving with clarity. So to discover your leadership edge, go to link.africanwomeninstem.com/leadership. The link is also in the show notes. Until next time, bye. If you have learned something today or feel inspired by this episode, I would love and appreciate it if you leave a review on the Launch Your Leaders podcast. This will help others just like you know that this show is for them too. Find and connect with me and reach out to me in the DMs. I love chatting with you. I am Adaeze Iloeje-Udeogalanya on LinkedIn. Until next time, lead boldly, create impact, and expand your influence.